Hello Quailonians, welcome back. So in the last episode you saw my trip to Delaware, meeting Yagis from Hatching Time, where I picked up a grow-out cage for quail as well as a layer cage. Both of them are 5-tier. I already got a 3-tier layer cage in the current setup and a 3-tier brooder. So I've made that plan on how I want to keep my quail setup in regards to the rotation to produce meat, but also having eggs. And it's time to build those cages. As you see, right now in New Jersey it's snowing, and I'm not the biggest fan of snow. That's one of the reasons why I moved away from Austria in the first place over 20 years ago. Anyway, now let's get started. I prepared some tools. Yagis recommended, and Hatching Time recommends, right, to assemble your cages on a softer floor. So you know, when you bang things, my floor in the garage is concrete, so obviously it would be not the perfect environment, and needless to say, it's below freezing out there right now. So I'm standing here nice with the fire on in a t-shirt. I rather prefer doing that, and at this stage, thank you to my wife that I can occupy the living room, and I work hard and quick now, so that I get out of here again as I promised, right? But let's have a look. I have some clothes just in case. Got a screwdriver here, some of these nifty little thingies. Honestly, I have no idea how you call that in English. But it's nifty. You will see that later in action. You can adjust it, whatever that is. I have another one there, a little plastic hammer. Didn't find the big one. I hope that's sufficient enough. We'll find out. Another screwdriver. I always have a Leatherman in my pocket here anyway, when I'm in my work clothes, and I also have a little Stanley knife. Obviously, I'll be careful with that, not to damage any of the product. Let's see. Let's get started. And for me, this is a new thing in a way of, yeah, grow out. I mean, it's, as we learned, similar to the brooder, but obviously there is no heating elements, so it's kind of the screen will be new to me, and I learned a lot of things by just talking there with the guys at Hatching Time in their showroom, and I learned a few tricks and tips. They are on their support page, but you know how I am. I'm one of those guys who do not read the manual, or actually just read it when they get stuck. But this time I want to do it right from the get-go. So I will have the nifty little manual here next to me to look things up as I go. But let's see what else comes in the box. I love unboxing stuff. So all nicely wrapped here in protective film. Nothing gets wet, so all I don't need right now for the assembly, I set that aside back here. Feed trays, those grits. Let's see what else we got in here. This is part of the frame, top and bottom. That's why you should wear gloves, maybe, because you know that stuff is fresh out of the box, and of course it's plastic, might have sharp edges, so I'm thinking about putting on some gloves just in case. Obviously this is the bottom part where the wheels come on. I see them in there already. And that's the top part, so we need that at the very end, so let me set it aside back here. Let's keep going. What else we got in here? Those are the walls. So it's a 5-tier. There should be 10 of them, the side walls, right? So let's take a look. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10 pieces. I just realized one thing. I have baseboard in here, and this is plastic. So I think it would be intelligent thing to do not to put any plastic close to the baseboard here, because obviously this fighter just jumps on every once in a while when I get cold in here, when the thermostat kicks on. And right now they're not really hot, but I don't want that any parts here get bended in a way or get, you know, structural damage from heat being right next to the baseboard. So yeah, let's be smart about it. This is part for the border, for the cages. I think that's the back wall. Let's see. As I've only built so far the layer and the brooder. Yeah, still a newbie, definitely, in regards to the hatching time cages. That's the flooring. I chose jumbo flooring because I'm gonna grow out jumbo birds. I need meat for the dog treats. Let me organize this here a little bit. Don't know about you, but I love to be organized. I'm not always the most organized person, but it makes your life easier. That's the grill or something, you know, for the food trays again. This is happening at the end. Let's see what else I got in here. They're smart in regards to how to use this space. I have to say that's the waterer. This one will get a little laugh from me. So far with the two I've built, I got no problem making a hole in there because I have an automated water system, because especially with 5-tier and the way I have it set up, and you're gonna see that in the following videos as well. I need to be able to get the water in there, so let me just see what else is in here. So this is why I drill a hole in there and take care that I don't damage it while I do it more than I want to damage it. All right. So this is different from the brooder. That's those doors in the grow out, right? So since this is the grow out setup, the cool thing is they are interchangeable. So I could just, you know, if I wanted to get some more heating elements and the other door, which keeps the heat in a bit better for the smaller birds as well, doesn't let them out. I could exchange the doors, but that's perfectly fine here. I think I'm gonna keep them in here for now. That's already need organized. There's some tees for the water system. Those little greeny thingies for the grill, that the food doesn't go anywhere. That's the holder for also the water system. One thing I want to get to though, Haggis gave me a nice little tip about the waterers, is you should flush them out before you first use them. There could be a little plastic particle in there. That can happen during manufacturing. I mean, they do the best they can, but however, you know, I think I'm gonna flush them out just in case. My wife does that with any kind of plastic Tupperware or whatever, plastic containers in the kitchen as well when she buys them, even though she likes glass better for that food stuff, right? Because plastic can take on the, at least in our experience, is cheap plastic containers and take on the smell of the food, but this is not the topic for today. Just looking here, so that looks all good. I think it's really important, you know, I have a business, right, as you know. When I receive something, I usually don't make an unboxing video like that, but I look through the day I receive it or the day later when I get the time, usually within the first couple of days. and I see if anything is missing. If something is missing, I take a picture how I found it, right? So if I would see now something missing, I would take a picture of what I'm doing here, go back to the seller and say, hey, you sent me that, something missing here, can you send me a replacement part? And they usually have no issues with that, but I like to have proof. I mean, I once got stuff delivered, it came already so damaged from the carrier. I don't remember who it was, FedEx or UPS or somebody. It came so damaged. It was a lighting fixture for the garage. So I took pictures straight away, and this way the seller has it as well. They could claim it, the money back with their carrier, especially if it's a smaller business. Things are insured usually during shipping. Anyway, lots of talking, more working here. Otherwise, I'm gonna sit here next week. Okay, so this I'm gonna set aside. I might wash it in that bin. Huh. Yeah, let's do that. But the doors I'm gonna need to assemble. So I'm gonna put them here, handy dandy. Have that ready. Because it's gonna be a little bit of a manufacturing line. And I'm definitely gonna speed up that process for you guys by making a time lapse, because I'm sure you don't want to see a 3 hours video, or I don't know how long it's gonna take me. That will be interesting as well. Obviously it takes me a little longer by talking and thinking and all this good stuff than normally, but you definitely are gonna document that process, because I love myself looking at videos about products I'm planning on buying, and there is some stuff out there in regards, of course, to hatching time cages, but I always like it when there's some updated stuff as well when I look at things. So that's one of the reasons I make this video. I also love their products, and for disclaimer, I'm an affiliate with them as well, so there's going to be a link in the video description. And if you're planning on buying something, getting something off their website, you can use my code, you don't have to. But I just put it out there. The little baggie with the parts for assembling. There's also some spare parts in there, which I think is cool, for the watering system, for example. Oh! Yeah, don't be stupid like I do. There's screws in there. Should really wear clothes, I guess. But it's just handy. I like to touch stuff. So these are watering cups are coming along here. Water goes to water, I guess. So let me put that back here. Rinse that through, everything is clean obviously, but since I rinse through anyway, in case there's any little plastic pieces, just in case, I rinse that water stuff through. The wheels, I love that, because I have a bit back issues, and as I get older, I don't like to lift things, and so it's especially now in my scenario here, I build it inside, later move it outside. Those things will become handy. I do have gravel on my driveway, so I'll definitely will ask my wife for a little support there, that we tackle it on each side. I don't want the cage to fall over or anything like that, or risk my health by just moving a cage. Obviously, those things are designed to roll things around, so that's gonna be really nifty in the garage as well, in my setup then, for cleaning, to reach all sides and things like that. But if you watch the first video, obviously those are not designed that you have full cage, full with quail, full with water on top. Maybe being a crazy, like I've seen it, putting a full feedback on top and then trying to move this thing, and then wondering why something breaks. It's not designed, these rollers, for, take your quail for a little Sunday walk, right? So, more good stuff in here. fin and feed trays, that comes in the very last moment, so I put that over there. This is for assembling the cages, the sidewalls. I like that system, so I have to say the manufacturer here really put a lot of thought into that. But chatting with Yagis off the camera as well, I mean, it was very interesting to hear, you know, the process of product design and what they do. So let me set that over there, that I'm not falling over something. Excuse me. Getting thirsty here. Fire is working. Anyway, did you know that you know, heating with firewood, it basically heats you 3 times. First when you chop the tree down, second when you split it, and the third time when you actually burn it. So all about that. Okay, now those nifty things, that's the top of each cage unit. And there is a trick to it, and at first it took me, when I did my first cage, it took me a little while to understand that in the instructions here about those little arrows. They need to be aligned proper, and you have to put it the right way. You're gonna notice if you do it wrong. I think I noticed it, and then I looked in the manual. Again, this time I do it proper from the get-go. So that's that. Let me see here, bit organization. Ay. Now, what we got left in here? Some more of those sidewall things. Goes here. Then we have the coop trays. I leave them in here for now, because that's also one of the last things going in. Let me move that over. And then we got these rods, which are helping with the stability of the entire thing. And those green things, they're going from junctions with the feed trays. They fill that gap between the cage and the trays. You will see that in a later video. Okay. Now, so far so good. We're done with the unboxing. Now I'm gonna make a little bit space here, get that box out of the way, read the manual again, just in case. I like it, the way they made it with the pictures and everything. It's easy to understand, so cool. 10% $10 discount if you make a product review. That's handy when I need any other supplies. I mean, I visited their store, and online obviously they have quite a selection. I don't remember the exact number, but I think he said something like 600 products. It's a lot. So yeah, definitely gonna do that too. Well, this is a product review, right? So I'm gonna post it to the website after. Anyway, so I set that here. I like to thank you for watching. You know, make sure you subscribe or notification bell. I don't know why people always say that on YouTube, but anyway, you know what to do. If you want to see the next part of actually the assembly of it. So have a good rest of your day, and I talk to you soon.